Welcome to Growth Notes, where the journey towards growth gets a daily blueprint. I'm Landon Stone, entrepreneur, certified high-performance coach, and your guide on this journey. Each day, for just 10 to 15 minutes, we dive into the core of what makes success attainable. It's all based on a simple yet powerful formula. Learning multiplied by focus equals growth. This isn't just a theory, it's actually a practical approach to living your best life every single day. Together, we'll explore real strategies, share actionable insights, and learn from the highs and lows of the growth journey. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned professional, or just someone passionate about personal development, there's going to be something here for you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, join our community, and let's transform our today into a better tomorrow. Welcome to Growth Notes. Have you ever just had someone say something that you thought was stupid, or maybe they did something that you thought was stupid, and then you did something that might have been equally stupid, or said something that was equally stupid? I know I have. And on today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about reacting versus responding, and how does that actually have anything to do with growth? Well, I think it starts first with, let's look at the definitions of reacting versus responding. When you think of reaction, usually this is a quick, like cat-like reflexes. Reactions are also usually emotional and subconscious actions. It's the first thing that comes to mind or the first thing that you want to do, like reflexes. Now, responding is usually different. And to me, responding involves more of a thoughtful, a deliberate, and controlled approach. Responding takes practice. Responding can take patience. And responding appropriately can sometimes be a reaction, but usually it's after a lot of practice, because responding appropriately, especially in stressful situations or in those irritating or emotional situations, that's very much a skill. And it's something that you've got to learn about, you've got to focus. And I promise, some of the world's highest performers are masters at responding over reacting. I have a friend that, this concept kind of got brought to my attention in a training that we were in. And he was talking about, when clients say something crazy, and he had developed this habit of just asking, do you want my reaction or would you like my response? Because a response takes a little bit of time to formulate sometimes. The reaction is the first thing that comes to mind, that thing that you just want to say. But does it really get you closer to your goals? And is it usually a reflection of the person that you want to become or grow into? Reactions and responses impact so much in our life. They impact our personal relationships. They impact our professional relationships and our environments, and they can also impact how other people perceive us, but also how we perceive ourselves. I've definitely been in situations where I said something stupid that I shouldn't have said, and the next thing I know, I'm hating on myself. Like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I say that? All of these things can lead you down a negative rabbit hole. And a reaction is usually a lot less effective than a response. And so where does appropriately responding come from in relation to reaction? Well, I think it's deeply rooted in emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is different than having intelligence, like an IQ. And so we're going to talk about the difference of an IQ versus an EQ. So IQ is a test that you people use to measure your ability to solve problems, use logic, or grasp or communicate complex ideas. Whereas EQ Emotional intelligence. This measures your ability to recognize emotion in yourself and others and to use that awareness to guide your decisions. And so the first step of being able to respond versus react is self-awareness. And this ties right into our learn, focus, grow model, but because before you can focus on changing or doing something, you have to learn. And so the first step in emotional intelligence, the first step in practicing responding versus reacting is self-awareness. And that's also the first step in improving your emotional intelligence. So self-awareness, to define it for you guys, is the capacity to tune in to your own emotions. It allows you to know what you're feeling and why, as well as how those feelings help or hurt what you're trying to do. It's taking a beat, it's looking within, and it's getting real with yourself. And it's getting real with, how does this situation make me feel? What do I want to do? And is what I want to do or say in line with my goals or what I'm necessarily trying to accomplish? Now, the second skill set that you develop on your way to emotional intelligence is self-management. See, you can't manage yourself appropriately if you're not aware of yourself and your actions and your feelings and what those make you want to do and what your triggers are and all of this stuff, right? So self-management involves a few other pieces. Self-management is the ability to keep disruptive emotions and impulses under control. Self-management is the first skill that allows you to prevent reaction. It's a powerful skill for leaders, especially during crisis. Because when people look to a leader for reassurance, or your clients look to you as the expert for reassurance, if you can remain calm and you can respond, then they're more likely to be more responsive than reactionary as well. And so self-management kind of looks like 4 different qualities. First, it's emotional self-control. Then it's adaptability. Are you flexible? Are you able to adapt in certain situations? A reactionary person isn't nearly as adaptive as a responsive person. Achievement orientation. This is really important because what we choose to do in our actions should be in relation to the person that we want to be perceived as, the person that we want to become, the person who does the things that accomplishes the goals that we want. And then positive outlook. It's really hard to be a responsive person positively rather than reactionary if you can't develop a positive outlook on your life. And so this is really important. The third phase, or the third stage in developing the skills for emotional intelligence, is social awareness. You got to be aware of yourself. You got to be able to manage yourself, but really emotionally intelligent people are also very socially aware. Social awareness indicates accuracy in reading and interpreting other people's emotions, often through nonverbal cues. Socially aware leaders are able to relate to many different types of people. They're able to listen attentively and communicate effectively. People that show self-awareness are usually really good at being empathetic and showing empathy, being able to relate with other people and kind of put themselves in their shoes, or show a true desire to understand what that person may be going through so that you can connect and communicate on a more intimate level. Socially aware individuals and leaders also are great at organizational awareness. Now, lastly, the last piece of emotional intelligence. And this is a very brief overview, so I don't want you to walk away from this and feel like this is everything when it comes to developing emotional intelligence. I believe that everyone can become more emotionally intelligent, but it's such a powerful skill to have in your toolbox if you want to succeed in life. And the last skill of emotional intelligence is relationship management. Relationship management is an interpersonal skill set that allows one to act in ways that motivate, inspire, and harmonize with others, while also maintaining important relationships. So the way that someone would display relationship management is they may have influence amongst their peers or their organization or their family or their friends. They may be in a position to coach or to mentor others. They're good at conflict management. They're good at teamwork. And they show inspirational leadership to those around them. And so, one of the things that I'd like you to do is take a step back and ask yourself, is there an instance where I could have been more responsive versus reactionary? How do you resonate with these ideas of emotional intelligence, and do you show certain traits? Are you good at conflict management? Are you a self-aware person? Do you show empathy to those around you, displaying social awareness? It's really difficult to be a great responder in times of conflict or in times of emotion if you don't have the ability to control your own emotions, but then also develop a decent understanding of what someone else may be feeling. And so I challenge you, next time you want to whack someone upside the head or call them an idiot or yell at them or hang up, take a pause. One of the things that I love to do, and I learned this in a book, don't ask me which book, I can't remember, but Tim Cook with Apple, they talked about him and how good he was in letting people sit in silence. And so if you're ever put in a position talking with somebody and you feel that need to react, I challenge you, just shut up. Think about what you're going to say next. And in my experience, usually when someone says something worthy of one of my reactions, if I can just not respond or react at all and just stay silent for long enough, I found that they usually speak first. And that also gives me the time to think. So don't be afraid to take a pause. Don't be afraid to not be quick to react. Act thoughtfully, respond with emotional intelligence, and you'll get so much farther in life. You'll develop such better and maintain such better relationships. You'll get better at influence. And I promise, if you can learn to respond over react, you'll be on a good path to growth. So I'll see you next time. So I'd love to know, what did you learn from this? Is this something that you could apply to your life? Do you resonate with the learn, focus, grow model? I'd love to know your feedback. And I want to thank you for joining me today on Growth Notes. I hope you found some inspiration and some actionable insights to fuel your journey. Remember, every day is an opportunity to learn something new. Focus on what truly matters and grow into the person you aspire to be. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share it with friends, leave me a review. Stay tuned for more daily growth notes, and let's continue to build a community of learners and achievers. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and seeking growth in all aspects of life. This is Landon Stone, signing off from Growth Notes.